going on, Hive Warriors? So today we're going to talk about how to lose 30 pounds in 1 month. So essentially a pound a day for 1 month straight. Now, there's going to be a few prerequisites to this, and I'm going to show you what's probably the most efficient way based off of the data that we have, the scientific data, using the hundreds upon hundreds of studies and studies that were meta-analysis, looking at randomized control trials to kind of give you the best possible path forward. Now, few caveats and prerequisites so that you understand. Weight loss is not linear. So just because you might end up with 30 pounds lost in 1 month does not necessarily mean that you will be losing a pound a day as you look at the scale every single day. So you might get on the scale on Monday and you weigh 2 pounds less, but on Thursday you weigh 1 pound more. This is the fluctuation that throws a lot of people off, because a lot of people just want to see a linear downward straight line to weight loss, when that is just not the case. Think of weight loss more like a line chart or stocks, for example. If there's a falling stock, it'll fall, but it will never fall in a straight line. It'll fall, go up a little bit, go down, go up, go down, go a little bit up, go down, and it will be this kind of spiky line where there's little moments of increase, but overall the weight loss or the stock or the whatever, the chart, the line chart is trending down. So you're gonna be trending down, which is the most important thing, but a lot of people don't think about that. They wanna see weight loss on Monday, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if they don't see that, they go crazy and think that something went wrong. Nothing has gone wrong. Stick to the plan. Now let's go into the possible strategies that you can use to lose 30 pounds in 1 month. Understanding the caloric intake. Now, I know a lot of people hate to hear this, especially those that, look at intermittent fasting. For example, this channel has talked a lot about intermittent fasting, and this channel is a proponent for intermittent fasting because of the studies, not because of any other fantastical stuff, but because of the studies that we've seen with intermittent fasting. A lot of people feel that calories doesn't have anything to do with intermittent fasting, which is absolutely not true. You have to measure your calories. If you want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, you gotta pay attention to your calories. It's just automatic. It's something that you must do. I know, unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's incredibly inconvenient, but at least know that for the 30 days, you gotta do that, and then you can go ahead and do something a little bit different where you're not consistently measuring it. Also, when you do measure, you get to a certain point where you don't necessarily have to measure on the day because you already understand the measurements of everything. You kind of get into a space where you can eyeball everything. So this is critical, guys. You gotta count your calories. Make sure that you are also checking your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. Just go on Google, write in TDEE calculator, put in your information, and it'll throw out a number for you that will show your actual total daily energy expenditure. Make sure to eat under that TDEE number. If you eat under that TDEE number, you'll move faster. The lower you go away from that number, the faster you'll lose weight. But don't go too low, because you also don't want to be malnourished, because that's going to create chronic cortisol. It's gonna make it much more difficult for you to stick to these diets, because not only are you not giving your body the energy which is required, you want to remove a little bit of energy so you can lose weight, because it's being at a net negative energy balance, but you're also creating this malnourishment, and that's too much for your body. And willpower is finite, right? It's not always your fault why you can't get to a certain weight. It's literally a biological thing to protect you to not lose weight, and that comes in the form of willpower that's cascaded with things like hormones, with ghrelin increase to get you to eat, with leptin decrease to get you to eat more when you do eat, so you feel full much later, which allows you to eat more food in a single sitting. You got to make sure you bring your calories below your TDEE number, but don't bring it down so far that you are in a bad space for your body during the course of this weight loss, because it's going to make it much more difficult. The other thing that you have to do is cardio exercise. I know people hate cardio. It's annoying, it's boring. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But cardio exercise does two things. One, it burns calories in that moment. So it actually allows you to squeeze in more food if you're burning more throughout the day, or just not eat anymore and just burn that additional calorie from doing the cardio. But it also does something else. It adds to the energy burn, because what happens is the epoch effect after working out. Your body then starts using energy, i.e. your calories, i.e. body fat, to try to get back to rest mode. And depending on how intensive the workout was, the cardio workout, your body's actually going to take up to about 32 hours to get to that full rest mode. Now think about how much time that is that your body is using to kind of bring your body back to this rest period. That's a long time. Sometimes you can get another workout before you get to that reset and that rest period. So you're consistently burning calories with cardio. Now, I would recommend doing cardio every other day. Give yourself a day of rest or a day of resistance training, and we're going to talk about that. But giving yourself those little gaps in between the cardio is good, because you want to also rest. Let your body rest so that you can be more efficient in your cardio workout and you're not so blown out, so tired each individual day. But during those rest periods, you can't interject resistance training. And what's resistance training going to do for you? Well, it's going to do something even more magical. It's going to regulate your metabolism in a space where you need it to be, because as we lose weight, our metabolism drops down. And as our metabolism is lowering, your resting metabolic rate goes down, right? So the more weight you just burn on a regular day basis will be less, which means you have less wiggle room in terms of calories, which means you'll be burning less calories for the same amount of food that you're eating. That's not something that we want. So how do you combat that as much as possible? By doing resistance training, by doing weightlifting or cable training, just basically building your muscle, working on your muscle. Don't worry, you don't have to look like Hercules. Even a little bit of muscle will do some damage in your favor towards your metabolic rate. And the cool news is, when you're brand new to the gym, or you haven't gone to the gym for a long time and now you're coming back to the gym, either one of those scenarios, body recomposition takes place and muscle building is going to be much faster, believe it or not, for you in comparison to somebody who's been working out for so long. For that year, you're gonna see much more growth the first year, because everyone sees the most growth percentage wise the first year, and it starts to go down year over year. That's why building muscle is so hard, because it takes so many years to get to a really big level of muscle. You want to measure your calories, you want to do cardio workouts for both the burning of the calories for the workout and the epoch, 32 hours or so after, for your body to get back at rest, and resistance training within the pockets of not doing cardio, the days that you don't do cardio, so that you can build more muscles, so that you can drive your metabolic rate in your favor. You also want to be drinking a lot of water, because a lot of water is going to help you release water. Our body is weird. When we don't drink so much water, it wants to hold on to water. But when we do drink water, it feels more comfortable, like you have a lot of water, and it helps wash out a lot of the water in your system. Now, I'm going to add also, if you want to go ahead and do this, intermittent fasting. Why? Because it does help with certain things like glycogen depletion, which holds water. And if you deplete the glycogen, keep in mind, water is part of what you see on the scale, but depleting the glycogen helps you do something else as well. It helps you partition more calories for when you're actually burning body fat, because it doesn't have anywhere to pull from. This is the thing. If you always are storing glycogen, your body can also always use glycogen as an energy source, because it contains energy. So it could use glycogen, and glycogen is usually the first kind of thing that your body wants to tap into. It's that quick energy source. But if you've depleted it, you're basically almost forcing the biological hand to have no choice but to step in to more of your body fat, as opposed to splitting the energy between glycogen and body fat. So try to deplete your glycogen by doing things like intermittent fasting. If you stick to all of that to a T, and I mean to a T, no going out, no going to a restaurant with your friends, no like little night out to drink, no happy hour, no any of this. If you stick with that to a T for 30 days, you can get to that number, or you can get as close to it. Remember, nothing is a straight line. A lot of the different changes that you will be seeing on the scale will shock you positively and negatively. You'll see a lot of weight gain sometimes, or a lot of weight loss sometimes, but that's all of the water fluctuation. The weight on that scale doesn't necessarily always represent body fat. Keep in mind that when you get to the end, the 30 pounds that you lose will not only be body fat. It will be a mixture of a lot of different things, a lot of different body weight fluctuations that are going on in your body. But a good portion of that will indeed be body fat if you follow this path. Hopefully this video has helped you guys. Welcome back to the Fledge Fitness channel. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share this video to help others who are struggling. There are going to be roadblocks in your weight loss journey. That's just automatic. It's always gonna happen. And also, don't rely so much on the scale, because the scale can be disheartening because of the things that we've mentioned. The scale does not necessarily represent a one-for-one body fat loss, but it will always be trending down if you're doing the correct things. Until the next one, guys, peace out.